to walk?
He eyes his feet with gritted teeth and clenches his staff tighter.
Not like this.
We're gonna have a problem. A beat of quiet passes before he continues, his voice slightly ragged. Wait, this could be good. Can we have you and Margret take the lead? I want her to take the lead. I don't want her in the back. I want her up front. I want me and Bemelle in the back. I care about her too much for her to be back here with me. I'm toppling over as the bridge waves from side to side. I hear a high-pitched yelp from behind me. I turn my head and see that Margret is slipping. She shuffles haphazardly on her feet and draws dangerously close to the edge. I reach out a hand to her. As futile as it is, she has already lost her balance and topples over the side of the bridge completely. Backwards arm, glossy with blackened water, bursts from side and latches onto Bemelle's leg. A scream pierces the air as Bemelle tries frantically to separate himself from the next. It simply digs its claws deeper into his leg, which causes him to shriek even louder. I stare on in an abject horror as the scene unfolds before us. The bridge shifts and begins to bend from the strain again. There's little Bemelle can do to resist. He rolls off the bridge into the water. A beautiful view, by the way. The bridge begins to violently quake below us. Oh god. I swallow hard. This is foolish. There isn't enough time for any of us to make it. He is aware of that. Margret looks at me with heavy tears brimming in her eyes. Her fright is thinly veiled. Margret wipes her eyes with her sleeves and nods. The two of us start to rush down the bridge frantically. Not too much progress is made before the shaking morphs into an urgent shuddering and sinking. Despite the bridge starting to disappear below, we keep running until there is no more bridge left to cross. I try desperately to tread the water, but my armor weighs me down in dense fluid. I'm really bad with that word. My strength is quickly zapped away. I don't sink so much as plummet down into the lake. Painful fighting burning in my lungs takes a few minutes to subside, and I slip into unfeeling nothingness. Yo! Why? Why is that an option? Oh, so it's like all the fuck way back here. Oh my god.
I will not be kept on this island for another day, so the shore is where I...
Come on! It won't last long! We need...
Alright, that's that. Do we have a save right after that? We do. It's at 1804.
Such reckless.
What about 1812?
There, he accepts it.
What of you? And he talks. Alright. Then we need to get my response in. Oh, dude, we died. Okay. Come on. We're crossing this bridge, damn it. He stares down at the bottle in his hand dejectedly. I sigh. I don't enjoy dashing his hope of not being completely at his mercy of the guide. However, his reckless behavior is more likely to get us all killed. He cannot carry a man for his entire journey.
I'm aware that you have good intentions, but having a mutiny on our guide is going too far. Considering the state he is in, it's possible that his mind is clouded already because of the pain. What if he is no longer able to keep his eyes open after a while? If the guide cannot take care of himself, then he won't be of assistance to anyone.
Bemelle scans me and I can tell that he still has reservations over my argument. I can't blame him. The guide will not give up on his own life over some pain, yet I stand by my reasoning and look at him firmly. Bemelle looks at me and then back down at the bottle. The others start to grow nervous over our battles of wills.
Hand back the medicine. The guide won't leave us behind as long as we follow diplomatically. We all must cooperate.
Otherwise, yeah, like he'll do what he just did and lead us down the wrong path, which was stupid. Oh my god, I didn't expect that. And maybe all of us can survive after this. Maybe. Bemelle clicks his tongue a few times before doing as I asked and handing the vial back to his owners. A tisk 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 tisk. Test. Something like that. He feebly accepts the glass and uncaps it down in half the vial without wasting any more time. I feel confident that the guide will continue to show us the way. However, Bemelle starts to grow frustrated when the guide does not immediately speak, pressing his heel into the wooden board below in anticipation. Guide softly rests his forehead against the side of his staff. His eyes droop slightly as he relaxes his muscle briefly. He waits patiently for the medicine to kick in, forcing the rest of us to do the same. After a brief pocket of time, the guide's labored breathing steadies, and he slowly pulls himself up on his feet, and staff is leveraged. Despite stumbling slightly and trying to get up, the spike in energy he receives with the medicine is noticeable.
We must continue now.
Okay. We're gonna save this on top of the first ones of the game, and if we have to, we'll redo the game. He doesn't want that strength communing with us further, instead turning his back towards our small group. And with that brief statement finished, he starts down the bridge. I can see him limping. I cannot deny that is worrying. He's already taken half the medicine. Would taking enough to properly walk be so much of a risk? I begin to follow after the guide, and the two with me follow behind, making sure to stay within the safe harbor of my light. Once I'm near him, I notice that he isn't becoming more stable in gait. I ponder over whether I should mention my thought to him or not. I'm gonna say nothing. Hopefully, he'll take it if he thinks he needs it. Bite my tongue and let the thought go. Now is not the time to be making even more of a fuss. The guide knows how to manage these types of situations. Creating another discussion, we will waste more time and accomplish nothing. It's already been settled, and I need to keep it that way. Plus, it'll take the time of him we would have to sit there and wait for it to kick in. Our group moves at a much brisker pace than the previous night. After the exchange that just took place, the mood has sunk low into a murky pool. Not a word is exchanged between us. The only sounds that accompany us are the whispers of demons in the lake and pounding of our feet hitting the wood. Alright, now we came to the same bridge, right? The guide marches forward with no hesitation while the rest of us awkwardly halt in front of the unknown path. He calmly walks in the center of the board. Halfway there, he begins to wobble. I suck in breath as I can only watch. To my relief, the guide is able to steady himself and make it all the way across without another hitch. Now it's our turn, and with only a single lantern chair between us, we have to be mindful. Save. Point. Is it the same?
In the middle.
It's the same. None of us want to make the wrong choice. I hope dearly to use myself with exaggeration.
No one has an opinion on the matter. I would like.
That's the case.
So either way, we lose somebody, right?
We need to focus on keeping ourselves centered.
I swear to God, if the same thing happens, I'm gonna be mad. Come on, please make it. Same thing. Did we get the same outcome?
You cannot
I'm going.
And if that's the case, like,
forget what you saw.
how the hell do we make it to the fucking island? Because there's a way. There has to be a way. Right? If there isn't a way, devs, tell me, okay? I'm probably going to stop after a little bit here. Still feel hollow inside. Okay, we keep going, okay? Sure. Hope that we will be able to make it through. He better not do the same thing again. I can smell the trees and earth, and even through the fog, I can almost count on the remaining bridges between us and the land. But between the end of us, a prowler appears. Margret releases a distraught sigh with her hand. With her free hand, she rubs her eyes in exasperation. I eye the monster intently, and it makes no move to leave us, so I turn to the guide instead.
Here, take my lantern. Once it's scared off, we'll make our way to the shore. It shouldn't be an issue with it so close by.
The guy says nothing, however, he extends his hand to accept my offer. Oh, this can be bad. Hopefully this works. I feel my body tense for a moment before relinquishing my light to the guide. It's not much further. I'm sure we can make it. The guide slowly steps ahead. He and the creature brace for confrontation. Margret and I stay close enough to the guide's back to keep from being left behind in the darkness.
Ready to run. Don't get left behind.
Okay. He then darts forward and launches the light directly at the prowler. It makes a shh sound, apparently. It makes a snarling hiss as it retreats defeated back into the black waters. Did it grab the lantern? Alright, none of us waste even a second looking back. We push forward. I race across the bridges, desperately trying to keep the guide's light, edge, figure, in clear sight. I run as fast as I can, possibly managing without slipping on the boards. We run across the entire way, spurring on the shoreline, rapidly approaching. Miraculously, I feel my feet plunge into dirt. I stumble forwards, nearly collapse into the ground while trying to catch my breath. It feels as though I've come out of a long dream. We've made it. So that's how you make it. And your choice is either Bemelle or Margret. Wow. I wonder if there's a way to save both of them. We might jump back into this after, obviously you guys see all this. Because this is a bulk recording. Like, I'm recording all this in, like, bulk. You guys will probably see this in the midst of, like, 6 or 7 episodes. Probably around 5. Margret cries loudly, unable to contain her emotions as she reaches the shoreline. Margret, we're gonna get together after this, okay? It's too much. If anything, the least you're gonna be my fucking best friend. I rest there quietly for a few moments, taking time to allow my breathing and emotions to settle down. Finally, I look up from my lap to see Margret standing ahead of me. Her face is buried in her hands. However, it's out of disbelief rather than the sorrow. It's been countless times in the past 2 days. Readjust for quick. She lifts her head out of her hands, and the both of us make eye contact. No words need to be exchanged between us to know that what the other's thinking. And let me save real quick because we gonna save. We gonna kiss or something, I'm guessing? Or like what? What's about to happen here? Yeah, save. That's still a beautiful backdrop, by the way. ... The sound of sloshing and wood lurches captures our attention as the bridge began to sink. In a few moments, only the lonely dock is left. With that, the guide walks towards me.
It is time to leave this place. There is nothing left for you here.
You're right. Upon being addressed by him, I rise to my feet. He has a calm look on his face, though there's force behind his serenity. I open my mouth and attempt to speak, however, I quickly realize I have little idea of what to say. Do I thank him for this? Should I give him my trust? Was I survival because of him or despite him? Even now, I cannot know for certain. And then the fog is removed from my thoughts. After everything that has happened, it becomes clear. I harden my face to match his serious disposition. There's something he is certainly right of. This lake isn't a place to linger. Going round and round in circles will never help. We cannot submit our lives or our minds to Sinolus. For better or for ill, there is only one person who can help those once they are within its grasp. Wait, I just thought of this. What happens if we take the oh dude, if they have something for that, oh, that'd be cool. Because at the very beginning of the game they ask you if you want to join them to go across the bridge or go around the lake. If there's a whole entirely different story for going around the lake, I will be thrilled. We might do that if that's to see if that's a thing or just an achievement. If he were removed, and literally I'd be okay if that was DLC. If he were removed, the place would be no safer. Yeah. What I must do if I truly want to defend others is keep them from coming here at all. When I return to my village, I intend to make that information acutely known to our elder. For that to happen, we must leave.
Goodbye.
His eyes narrow as he looks over to me. I begin to feel uncomfortable under his scrutiny, but for a moment I could swear I noticed him smiling slightly. However, it could easily be a trick of the morning sun, or he's too fucking delusional. Moment. I look away to face Margret, not wanting to get caught up with this any longer.
Margret, will you be coming?
Margret's gaze goes past the guide in me. She fixated on the lake forlongingly. I feel a hopelessness emanating from her. She lost something important from the inside of her in that lake, something she will never get back. I empathize greatly with her, knowing that feeling is one we will never escape from, even after this lake is far behind us. Margret seems to shake the feeling off and turns towards me. The smallest of smiles graces her lips as she nods.
Yes, I'm coming.
Margret's vigor returns to her at the end of the sentence. She begins with a little bit of confidence she had at the beginning of the journey. She gives one last look to our lead. I love how her face got so straight. She got that Kanye straightened face instantaneous. Her gaze is harsh and scrutinizing. I'm not entirely sure what she's trying to convey with the look, but that isn't for me to know. Yeah. Margret definitely turns. Turns. She then walks towards the forest. I can't help but wonder what will become of her now. Perhaps she will tell me someday. Despite the firmness I so painfully tried to have, my heart starts to waver. Bemelle, Lou, they're both still here. Oh, was Lou the other guy? I wish I gave them a proper farewell. I want to do something. My eyes begin to water and I almost turn back around. No, it is done. I need to return. I need to remember that. They would never want me to ascribe their lives to Sonolis. Nothing would disgrace their memory more. I will keep them in my thoughts without allowing the lake to poison me. With my steadfastness truly evergreen, I marched into the light with no hesitation. With a solemn heart, I last arrived at Hamie. They were grateful to see me, for it was a desperate situation indeed. The urgency meant that my mind was occupied with other matters. I worked tirelessly to aid Hammer's own guards and force me back the brigaders. But during the moments of calm and when the sun went down, I would remember the lake. Oh, we see him right there. The villagers were alarmed when I arrived on my own, but it did not take them long to guess what happened to Bemelle. Having to recount the terrible story was almost more than I can endure. Yet I know that it will be even worse when I must tell my fellow guards back home. They deserve to hear the truth from me, regardless of how I feel. Margret and I parted ways before I arrived at Hamie. She did not say where she would be going or what she would be doing. She did, however, put a smile as she departed, which I felt was more for my sake than her own. I hope she is well wherever she is, and I would like to think that somehow we may see each other once more on another day. When receiving payments for this services, the guide must give a report of all those who both succeeded and failed to cross the lake. I was finally able to learn the name of the stranger we met on the bridges, Lou. As the guide predicted, he did not survive. Okay. He had requested to cross and been denied. He must have been truly desperate to attempt crossing alone. I can only pray that those who care for him will learn the truth of what happened. I have not heard nor seen from the guide since. He remained obscured in that realm of fog and fear, a mysterious light off in the distance that is ever out of reach of the real world. I worry about him when I must return home. I worry about when I must return home to my usual life. It will be difficult to continue as things were before. One thing I know for certain is that my village elder must be told that no one is to cross Sonolis again. We're going around next time. I have already told Hamie's leaders the same. Not a single more person should have to experience what we did. Its darkness will remain with me for the rest of my days. Though so much was lost, I try to believe that our lessons will keep others from suffering the same way, and in the end, something will be gained. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna stop recording here. I'm gonna go back one more time after you guys see all these episodes and deal with some of the choices and see if there's a way to save all of them. I really want there to be a way. And at the end of this, I genuinely want to say GB Patch, there's the development company that made this, and a foretold affair, which I might play. I'm happy. This is really good. You hit my emotions really badly with that death. There better be a way that I can have both of them live. Better be. If there isn't, I'm gonna be sort of mad and sort of sad. I would love. Well, see, I say that all the time, but that's because I just like having. I was gonna say I would love for there to be another one, not crossing the lake, just like following up afterwards. Like, let's say we meet Margret again, or our life afterwards, or like our kids or something like that. Obviously, or anything as such. But at the same time, I'm like, no, because it was a good ending. I would definitely love if, like, I don't know, me and Margret were like friends, stayed that way. We know they didn't part ways, but yeah, that's not a guaranteed thing. You know, anything could happen. There's a CG gallery. Those we only saw 2, and there's okay. Did we really only see that many? Yo, there's so many of them that could have happened. Oh my god. Yo, I'm still though. That made me sad as all hell. Nah, it was a really good game though. It was definitely did really good. Love it. Wait, there's a bonus. What's the bonus? Alright, welcome to the bonus event section. There are 3 bonus events in total, 1 that does not include story spoilers, and two that do. First event is locked by getting any ending where Key crosses Sonolis and reaches the other side alive. The other events are locked by getting a specific ending. Right now, you have only one event unlocked. We hope you enjoy. Really? I should have 2, right? Because Margret crossed. We'll do that next time, okay? We'll do that next time. We'll do the bonuses also in a video, probably after I do more choices. And I'm probably going to try going through this and doing it once with Bemelle and see the difference, and once with Margret on camera so you guys can see the difference. I think Margret, and if both of them could live, I would definitely go with that option. But I definitely, if I had to choose, it'd probably be Margret. But like, I would rather have her alive. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, click the like button. If you guys are new to the channel, click that subscribe button to me another one of the videos. If you guys wish to be notified when I upload, click that notification bell so you guys will be notified in your email and on YouTube when I upload. Help me grow the Ocean Militia or Hamie gang or whatever, the family basically, by sharing this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Snapchat, Instagram, or wherever. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this series, and other than that, I will catch you homies next LowTide.